Good Wednesday morning, and welcome to Ice Age TV, the internal combustion engine age YouTube channel that talks about the cars and trucks and SUVs and motorcycles and the dogs. Look at my yard. It's very dry. Wow. Look at this. This is the old driveway to the residence here back in the day when there was no road here. It's already dry, and this is spring. Wow. Hey, good morning, everybody there that follows my channel. Thanks for tuning in this morning to listen to the morning conversations that I do on a daily basis, sharing the car talk and the state of times and the dog talk. And so, oh my goodness gracious, come on, pups, come on, let's go. The dogs here are gonna do their thing. Is he on a mission? He's on a mission. Come on, pups. So yeah, look at the yard. Very dry. We didn't really even have a winter. We didn't even have much of a winter here. And the rains and the water, not so much. Come on, pups. Let's go. The dogs, they're just like totally oblivious to the routine this morning, which that's kind of unfortunate because that means stop the video but whatever. Come on, little girl. Let's go, pups. So anyways, it just seems like Mother Nature held back on the winter this year, and she's holding back on the rains that we usually get, because typically here season at this time of year the yard's pretty soft and wet, and for many years I get stuck way over there in the field because that's a floodplain over there. It retains water, and just not the case. So nature is holding back. And you know what? Come on, puppies, let's go. Come on, Scout, let's go. Look here, come on. The theme of the day is hold back. I thought to myself this morning, if us car motorhead enthusiasts and those that live in cars, how much do you have to hold back your aggravation when you're riding around your cars? And if you've got a muscle car that you know can obliterate the guy next to you, how do you hold back from just showing that person and put them in their place when they're trying to kind of get around you and go down the road? Yeah, you know, these type of emotional experiences and feelings. Yeah, so it's the hold back, which that can be a very vague term, as my dogs hold back from car. Come on, puppies, let's go. Come on, come on, Will. So just Grandma can hear. This time of year is so kind of aggravating because you can clean the heck out of these cars and they're just trash because of all the pollen. So it's just like a waste of time. And it's interesting how so many people go to the car wash like every day, or just to get their car clean. I don't say the word wash correctly. So many people get their car cleaned. Come on, puppies. So the dogs are just, you know, it's just a joke. Oh my gosh. So the way it starts the morning, I'm running late. Just too much going on. Busy day. Got the kid working today with me, and here I'm trying to get things out of my hands, and the list goes on and on and on. So anyways, thought I'd make it the hold back day, and I'm not going to chase the dogs down, so stay tuned. All right, got the dogs under control here. I had to go chase them down. Now it's time to get into the office here and continue the conversation. Yeah, they're all waiting for me here. So the pause, the hold back, had to hold back the conversations to get the dogs in the right mode here. And yeah, they got the kid working, so the dogs will start barking like crazy here in a second. Get my phone here in the cradle. There you go. Kind of get things in order here. So anyways, the holdback conversations. Yeah, what spurred that thought this morning? Hey, pup, let me get over here. It's a little cold up here. It's cool. So I'm going to kind of turn the heat on and trying to get the morning a little bit more warmed up. Yeah, what spurred it was just all the news. Man, I tell you what. And that's why I'm talking about the holdback. And we'll keep it the car theme and kind of get to the state of times theme. But I think to myself, who here drives on a car on a regular basis, or just drives a car, you know, in general, especially in populated areas, that you have to so hold back your emotional aggravation. I mean, who today doesn't get in their car? And my saying's been for years, it's fight for a spot in front of you, fight for a spot in back of you. And more than ever, the roads are just so aggressive. And you so have to have that defensive driving, and that you just have to have a total hold back of what you really want to do to somebody But you know you can't because you get yourself in trouble. And as we know, a driver's license is a privilege. It's not a right. So anybody watch my channel, any youngster out there, don't forget your driver's license is a privilege, not a right. Defining that, meaning that they have the right to take it away from you. So don't think that you do whatever you want with your driver's license and you won't pay and suffer the consequences severely. You will. And that's the only way, to a somewhat degree, the roads are within reason of not chaos. Unlike other things that are going on in the country that we've never seen before in modern times that are in chaos. Yeah. So the holdback, so I think to myself, for us individuals, many people are holding back on the EV ramped up agenda, the EV ramped up manufacturing, the EV beyond believable, nonstop, every day, all day agenda, automotive world through to the max, to the point that the Shanghai Auto Show is one of the biggest world auto shows over there in China. They're like showing like 100 new EV vehicles. And what's interesting is Tesla's not there. Tesla's not there at that major international show because they've got nothing to show. Think about that. Tesla is in so many ways stuck, I guess. I don't know. Tesla just cut their prices again. Tesla just discounted their cars again here a day ago. This is the 6th time this year Tesla has cut their prices. So now the running joke in the Tesla community is I'd hold out because they're going to continue to slash the prices. If you just are patient enough, you're going to get a heck of a deal on a Tesla as time progresses, because Elon Musk, their position now is they have enough profit margins in these cars that they can discount them more so and try to lure people into be buying those cars because they're the cheaper of the others competitors. And I've talked about this a while back that the underlying goal with Tesla is to run other guys out of business because they're so much more advanced of their technologies and manufacturing and have refined it so well that their costs aren't nearly the same as the startup EV guys, and they can just obliterate the competition because they can give away cars a lot cheaper and not be taking the heavy losses. Even though I think Tesla is supposed to post earnings today, I think a bunch of things are supposed to be posting for the first quarter of this year of what's going on in the markets. And so once again, I think a lot of people are holding back that maybe want to buy Tesla because they feel like they can get a better deal. And I think many people are holding back. Oh, this is nice. My dog's going to throw up next to me here, maybe. And so I think many people are holding back on buying EVs because they just don't buy the gig. But the reality is, how long can you hold back? Just like you're driving down the road in your car, how long can you hold back from the guy or lady or whoever's in front of you? Is in front of you with the antics that are just really irking you. We've seen the aggressive driving, we've seen the road rage. It goes on all the time, where the holdback of the aggravation eventually comes to an end, and it's all out. Or how about when you've got your nice performance car, and the guy's inching you and keeps on, kind of thinking they got something bigger and better than you, and then you finally just have to show them who the boss is. I mean, who hasn't done that off the stoplight? Or just, a nice pull. I mean, in some aspects, you do it right, you can have some fun with that. Another person will kind of get some fun out of it too. In other aspects, it turns into the road rage drama that we've witnessed as well. So, that point being, how do you hold back when you drive an 800 horsepower car? And that was my saying so many years ago when I got my Hellcats was, I'm just going to voluntarily relinquish my license, writing a letter to the state of Virginia that I do know what I will do with this car, and I'm just will have full disclosure that I'll admit it. Yeah, I'm gonna have a hard time keeping my license because these high performance cars, it's very challenging, and until you drive one of them, then you come to understand. But what's really interesting is these EV vehicles. These things are so fast. There we go. I told you. My kid's in the barn downstairs getting her day going to go to work and to go to school as well. So she's going to go to school and go to work. So for me, it's incredible how when I drive that Ford F-150 Lightning truck, that thing is so wicked fast. And I've been driving that Lightning truck now since Monday. And I mean, that vehicle, it's insane how it just poof. I mean, it just, that thing just it's a lightning, it's the lightning bolt. I mean, it's definitely named appropriately because it's so fast. And I've got a lot of gear in it. And I mean, the F-150 Lightning truck, that's a lot of fun. I mean, it is. It's got its pluses and minuses, which I've talked about numerous times. For a local person that's working and you're doing 200-mile days working out of them, it's a great vehicle. So yeah, how do you hold back on wanting to show others that you're the boss of the road and they ain't? And that goes on all the time in the roadways, and it's very challenging, as I've mentioned numerous times here this morning. Is how do you hold back your real feelings and your real aggravations with somebody on the road without it becoming very confrontational? I mean, how do you handle that? And we witness on these YouTube channels and TikTok and just videos in general, you'll see the crazy things that go on the roads. There's on Twitter, there's a video of this lady in a gas station going off on people that literally drives through the gas station and slams into a car, borderline dragging a guy through the parking lot, and then goes out the main road and gets in a major car crash and flips her car upside down. I mean, you just see these antics of people in their cars that they couldn't hold back their anger, and then they use their car in retaliation. Yeah, who hasn't seen the people trying to run people over in a car? I mean, wow, right? Yeah, and so this morning, the hold back, once again, it came from me just really thinking about how, more so than ever in today's news and what we're witnessing, how much longer can you hold back? I mean, just how much longer can you hold back? And here's the challenge. Even for me having this YouTube channel, it's very, very challenging of me wanting to kind of share views and ideas and thoughts, but I know I'll go into the deep side and dark side of it, which could really, create a major strike against my channel. So I just don't do it. I just don't get radical because it's the policies of the community guidelines. You just can't get too revved up, and you have to hold back really what you'd like to say because it just turns it into too much of a political, the agendas. It just gets too deep, and it just, what does it accomplish in the end? It doesn't really grow the channel for me, but at the same time, I'm a person who likes to just talk about the state of the times and what's going on, and it's just like, wow. And so for me, trying to keep the car theme on this kind of conversation is a little challenging this morning because what's going on around us right now is just beyond believable. And where people, in my views, are just holding back like never seen before, that they really deep down, I think the aggravation right now is at borderline just wow. When people just can't hold back anymore what they're witnessing and deal with it. I mean, when does the breaking point come? And it's in so many aspects of so many different things going on around us. Here's something I thought about yesterday, which I haven't heard any news agency mention this, is you see all these mob-style store scenes where you see the mob of kids, adults, kids, it could be mixed, going into these Walmarts and Targets and the major retailers and even smaller stores, and they just clean out the whole store. There's a whole story right now. The Walmart store in Chicago got obliterated, just got totally just destroyed. There's probably 100+ people in that store and just took whatever they thought they could take. And so that's what I got to thinking to myself yesterday, which I haven't heard one individual, but I don't watch the news. So, I mean, I really don't watch the news. I don't do it. It's just, I don't have the time just to sit around and watch people yabba dabba do. for hours on end, and you get riled up and all this conversation. What do they do at the end? I mean, I think about these really well-known journalists and TV personalities that run their mouth all day that make millions and millions of dollars, but at the end of the day, what do they accomplish besides just aggravating people to make people hold back their frustrations that can eventually get themselves in trouble because they eventually quit giving up. They eventually give up holding back their frustrations because they get so riled up from powerful personalities that they do things that get themselves in trouble. But going back to the retail clean out of businesses where people steal everything. So here it is. So like in California, I know for a fact that if you steal something, it has to be $1,000 value or more until it's technically a prosecutable crime. So think this through. If you go into Walmart by yourself and you take $10,000 worth of goods, you're going to go to jail. If you go to Walmart with 11 of your friends, and between the 11 of you, you steal $10,000 worth of goods, each one of you is under the threshold of the $1,000 conviction criminal case against you. So this is what's going on. The mob has figured it out. The mob has figured out if you can get 100 people to go to a major retailer and every person takes $300, $500, $800, $900 worth of goods, there's nothing the retailer can do to these people. Wow. Hello. And so you have to step back and say to yourself, the district attorneys and all, and these people in power have written these laws that you have to step back and say that they're supporting this type of movement to, I guess, help the poor. Yeah, right. Well, sadly, the poor are getting, for sure, held back even more now because of these stores in the inner cities are packing bags and leaving. So now you're just holding up the good-to-be citizen from having easy access to what used to be a store right up the street from them to get their goods and whatever else they may cater to that store. And then that's gone now. Wow. Has anybody heard that conversation? I'm just curious. If you watch my channel, have you seen in the news what I just explained of why you see, the mobs of people raiding stores? It's because of what I just said. It has to be that if you're the guy that's leading the pack, you're going to tell everybody, look, you can be on the video, they can see you, they can get your car tag, but they can't do a dang thing against you because they'll have to figure out that you took $1,000 or more worth of merchandise, and since you didn't, they can't do anything to you. And so as that idea expands and as that idea is well known more and more, the sad part is you're going to witness this even more so, that the mob is teaching others on how to just decimate these retail stores. I mean, wow. And so once again, as an individual, how do you hold back your aggravation to witness all this and to accept that this is the new world under the governing bodies of so many people that are in power that are supporting this? I mean, how do you hold back your feeling? I mean, so that's what I'm saying. I think more than ever in today's society, with the news and what you read about, what you're hearing about, and what you witness is beyond believable. And you just have to say to yourself, I think so many people right now are just holding back their true feelings. But how long does it last? Now here's Fox News. They just got a $787 million defamation suit for Dominion Voting. So meaning that Fox News has to pay Dominion Voting $787 million for misleading the information from the previous election, of the stolen election, and claim that Dominion fixed and rigged the machines. But apparently there's still a $2.1 billion lawsuit from another technology company. So Fox News isn't out of the woods yet of them having another, probably another $1 billion settlement for what they thought the Fox News was just 24/7 of the stolen election and holding back. Their position was that the truths were being held back. That they were the news channel to tune into that would tell you full disclosure. And how did that play out, right? Because you as an individual felt watching Fox News that you were being held back the truth of what was going on during the previous election. And you just think to yourself, wow, I mean, over what is going on. I mean, it's you can't even fathom it. Can you really even digest this? If you step back and start looking at the history of what led up to that, of all the previous sitting president was bombarded with all these so-called Russia things and the Ukraine thing, and so I wonder how Mike Lindell, the Pillow Man, feels right now. Mike Lindell has been sued, I'm pretty sure, the Pillow Man, by, I think, Dominion Voting or somebody else, I think. So if I was Mike Lindell, I just saw Fox News just settled out of court a major lawsuit. Don't you think that wouldn't you think? I mean, I don't know. If I was that guy, I'd be like, ooh, this thing, yeah. Is he holding back of what's going on in his life right now? I don't know. I mean, it gets deep. As I say, on my YouTube channel, I have no desire to get people all riled up. I mean, that's not my YouTube channel. But at the same time, how can you continue to hold back what we're all witnessing right now more than ever in our lifetime? And that's the thing. Just like the EV agenda. I mean, so many people, I think, are holding back because they just have a hard time believing that this is really going to play out in their lifetime, and it's really going to play out. But if you go to China, it's all about electric vehicle. I mean, China now, a company called BYD, Build Your Dream, that's a call of it. They have like a Wang Shang car. I don't know if that's the name of the car or not, but it's this new, it's the new Corvette competitor, the new Ferrari, McLaren, whatever you want to say. It's all electric car, and this thing apparently bounces up and down on its own. I think it can go sideways. It's a ridiculous, potent car, 2-second car, and it's like $165,000 in U.S. dollars to buy one. Yeah, and this thing just wicked fast, and it has. I just told you, apparently it's got an air ride suspension where the car can bounce itself up and down, or like go sideways. I mean, oh my gosh, I don't know. I read about this stuff late last night, but once again, the Shanghai Auto Show is on right now, and it's all about the electric cars. It's all about the EV vehicles. And once again, I was just saying in my beginning discussion was, when you get these EV vehicles, how are you going to hold back? You're wanting to push that pedal down, that accelerator pedal, not the gas pedal, to just get that incredible, jet feel of being pushed into your seat like never before if you drive in a vehicle. That's where it's all going. I mean, these electric vehicles, I understand. So many people despise them, don't want anything to do with it, but it's over. It's over. The ice age is over. I can honestly say that the ice age is over. It's not going to survive over the EV age. And somebody like, you're so caught up in this stuff. There's no way, because the whole automotive industry is reinventing itself to build electric cars like never seen before. So 10 years from now, 2033, there's no doubt in my mind, you won't be able to go buy an ICE vehicle at a car dealership brand new. There's no doubt in my mind. You're going to go to a car dealership, and they will not have one ICE vehicle sitting on a lot. It won't happen because there's just too much money, too much infrastructure, too many things going on behind the scenes. As I sit here and talk today, how many more charging stations are being put in place today? I mean, it's growing by leaps and bounds. And how many more companies are getting the funds from the Inflation Reduction Act? It's really the Green Energy Act. It's not the Inflation Reduction Act. It's the Green Energy Act. I mean, I don't know why they just don't rename it. That's the appropriate name. And because it's not going to decrease inflation, it's going to increase inflation because of how expensive it is to transfer to the EV policies, which I've talked about that in great length over and over again. And so once again, for me, it's just right now witnessing all the things that are going on around us more than ever. Here's a video the other day. I mean, to me, this is classic. I mean, it's classic. And in one part of it, you have to support this woman, but the other point of it, you kind of like, eh. So this is all Twitter stuff. You ever go to Twitter? You go to Twitter, you're going to see how Elon Musk has just opened the door up to so much content that, for the most part, there's a very fine line where they do have to moderate it if it gets a little too crazy. But for the most part, you're going to see so much stuff you're just not going to see in the general media. You're not going to see it. And so here's another thing I have to tell myself too. Is Elon Musk part of a lawsuit that crucial information was held back during the election? Is Twitter going to be part of a major lawsuit that somebody could file a lawsuit against them for misinformation? I mean, it just gets deep and heavy. But anyways, here is a woman that's in a short skirt, in probably late 20s, early 30s, and she's in the classroom. And apparently, for teachers these days, these cell phones drive the teachers nuts because the kids don't pay attention. So apparently, the teacher is trying to reprimand this young lady of her cell phone, but this young lady's probably like 17, 18, 16 years old. This isn't a little kid. And so it turns to an all-out fight where the young lady tries to smack the teacher. Well, the teacher, and you can tell this is a strong, probably former athletic woman. So she goes into this girl and she just manhandles her to the ground, starts pummeling her on the ground like you can't believe. I mean, there's definitely, we have to say to the teacher, they probably should have kind of just pinned the person and called for help. But it's classic. This lady is now bent over, like wrestling match, pinning this young girl down, and she has no panties on. So on Twitter, you see this woman that's now, bent over with her short skirt on that has no panties. And she's a school teacher. She doesn't hold back, does she? There ain't no holding back there. I mean, can you even imagine if that was your sister or your mother or your aunt? Hey, my aunt went to school today with no panties on, teaching school. It's just, oh my gosh! And then how do you hold back? I mean, it's obvious that we have a country now that's not going to hold back the guys from competing in women's sports. I just think to myself, it's so incredible how the women have fought so hard in this country to be recognized that they are every bit as good as a man and they can run corporations. They're incredibly smart. They're incredibly talented. They're incredible leaders. And it just blows my mind that we're witnessing how the men will dress up to look like them to better them. And it's supported by so many women. And I just think, I don't understand this. It's beyond, once again, it's heavy and deep. And I'm not here to create the anger and hate on my channel. That's just not who I am. I just like to talk about, if you step back, I think a lot of us, and that's what I'm trying to explain to my channel this morning, you have to hold back what you really think. And that's where we are. Even for me on my channel, I have to hold back on mouthing off of what I really think, was right versus wrong. And I'm sure so many people today are no different than me, saying everything that was right is wrong. But now everything that's so wrong is right. Wow. How do you hold back? How do you hold back your true feelings? And sadly, we're witnessing already with the people that can't hold it back and the violence that they take upon themselves onto others. Wow. I mean, it's just incredible. I mean, that's what I say. You go to Twitter, you see this video of this coming into a gas station convenience store with an axe, and you see him I mean, here's the thing, and I tell my daughter, wife, anybody else, when you're in a store and when somebody shows up with an axe in their hand or a shotgun in their hand, you better run. You better run. I mean, you better just get the heck out of the environment because it's not going to be a good ending. Wow. Yeah, on Twitter it shows this guy, literally, this person walk into the store with an axe, and then you see them talking to this person talking to two other people, and at the last minute he picks up his axe and takes out a guy in his face, full baseball whack. That guy's laid out. Then he chases other guys running out the door, same thing, whacks him out. Then the guy just puts the axe back in his backpack and just slontly walks across the parking lot and goes back home. Wow. Yeah. So anyways, hey everybody, hold back the nasty comments, right? I mean, yeah, right. Yeah, that's challenging, isn't it? So anyways, yeah, this morning just a little bit more kind of not so much all about the cars, but for me, my YouTube channel, I'm just expressing what I think more than ever in today's society. I think that there's so many that are holding back because of you get shamed. Yes, even like me. I mean, could this video this morning be a strike against my channel? I don't know why it would be. I mean, I'm just sharing some information, but at the same time, it's a very fine line of what in today's society you and I can say and what we have to hold back before you're tarnished by so many. Wow. I mean, is the CCP here or what? Yeah, it is. Sadly, it is. So we're witnessing it big time. And how do we handle that, right? But anyways, hey, everybody, appreciate you watching my channel. And don't want it to be the gloom and doom. That's not the goal. It'd be interesting to see what the markets kind of show with the release of the first quarter earnings of companies and the likes of Tesla and for Elon Musk. Man, I tell you what, Elon Musk, talk about a guy that's just out there telling it the way it is. And yeah, you just got to wait. And that's the thing. I predicted this other day. Elon Musk can start getting tarnished. And already now, so I've always have said this for years, you've never seen the bad information on Tesla. Well, now there's a whole article being talked about how Tesla has one of the worst ratings of cars on the recall, that they just infinite recalls in Tesla. So already it's beginning. People are going to start mocking Tesla. They're going to start making Tesla look like a piece of junk. And I've said that for years. I think that there's so many imperfections in that car that the cult wouldn't let it be talked about because they wanted their stock values to go through the roof. And I think now, more than ever, being that Elon isn't the mindset that so many thought he was, and he's a different mindset, that he's going to get tarnished. That the people are going to shut him down and make him look like he's a dummy. And they're going to start using his brand to do that by start disclosing how many Tesla cars really are not that great vehicles and start devaluing his company, devaluing the Tesla product, and the list goes on and on and on. And now here's SpaceX, which he's trying to launch, which is supposed to be launched Monday. Now it's being pushed to Thursday. They definitely have some things going on. I tell you what, I give anybody that's going to get on that, as far as I know, I thought it were some people getting on that SpaceX. Maybe I'm wrong. But boy, it sure sounds like they've got a lot of things that are kind of happening, and they're having to do this and do that, do this. So I don't know. If you're an individual that is going to get on that SpaceX, I'd probably be a little concerned, but I'm not sure. I'm just not really in that depth with that. So somebody else may know better than me. So yes, for Elon Musk, I truly believe that the stories of starting to make him look like an idiot will start to prevail more than ever, that he's going to start getting tarnished. So I really do think that you're going to witness that. I think they've been holding back on doing that to him, but I think the time's come where I think it's not going to be the case. I think the full-blown tarnish Elon Musk is on our doorstep, in Tesla, and maybe even SpaceX. and solar and all that other stuff. So, interesting times ahead. Yeah. All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for watching my YouTube channel. Appreciate the support, the nice comments, and I hope you all have a great day and stay safe, stay tuned.